The Miracle Metabolism Booster. We all want to boost our metabolism, and I want to tell you about AMPK and your metabolism. So if we look at what regulates our metabolism, the number of calories you burn or the number of calories you store, AMPK is one of the important enzymes involved in this process. When you activate AMPK, it boosts your metabolism. So we want to activate AMPK. So how does it affect our metabolism? Well, when it's activated, you stop storing fat. How many want to stop storing fat? And you use fat for energy. That sound good? And you stop producing glucose. We don't want our body producing too much glucose. If we look at type 2 diabetics, many of them produce too much glucose. So activated AMPK limits the production of glucose via metabolic pathways. And if you went to your doctor and had type 2 diabetes and he was trying to limit your glucose production, he'd give you a drug called metformin, a popular drug for that. But we don't want to resort to drugs to have this happen. So we want to activate AMPK natural ways. And let me give you two great ways to activate AMPK. Number one, exercise. And that's any kind of exercise, just movement. Step number one, get moving during the day. Step number two, get some regular walks in, 20 minutes of walking, and then build it up to 30 minutes. And then from there, try to do some exercise that boosts your heart rate into your aerobic zone. And from there, you can even go farther with interval training. We talk about all of that on the 7 Systems Plan course. But number two, fasting or time-restricted eating is a very simple thing to do that will boost your AMPK significantly. So we're trying to limit the eating time in a day. A simple way would be just to skip breakfast and then eat from noon to 6 or 7 o'clock. You have restricted your eating window to a 7-hour time period. And how many of you do that right now? All right, we've got quite a few that are already doing that. This is a very powerful tool for many reasons, but one of them is boosting AMPK, activating it. So we want to activate AMPK. We sure don't want to inhibit it. And one of the main things that inhibits AMPK is uric acid. It limits the activation of AMPK, which increases glucose and increases fat storage. Uric acid is a byproduct of the metabolism of certain foods, and I'm going to give you some things to be aware of if your uric acid is creeping up. Number one, don't eat too much fructose. And where does fructose come from? High fructose corn syrup, which is in what? What is that in? Is that in anything you guys have seen? That's in every processed food. They load it up, and frequently it's even the number one ingredient. A purine-rich diet can boost uric acid, and if you have gout, you know what that is, but it's certain foods, mostly rich foods. Too much alcohol can boost uric acid. Hypothyroidism can, diuretics can. Kidney problems where you can't eliminate uric acid will make it go higher. And being overweight, which is why we need to continue to knock those pounds off. So here's your action steps to activate AMPK. Exercise, get moving, restrict the hours you eat in a day, lose weight, keep your uric acid levels under 5.5 milligrams per deciliter, limit alcohol and fructose intake, and you're going to improve tremendously. And if you haven't checked out the 7 Systems Plan online course, make sure you do for lots of great tips like this. And make sure you hit the subscribe button on this so that you get regular tips every week.